What the hell? That's not a robo. That's funny. There's a lot of idle probes. When do they mine out? Say it's 13 minutes. $14 minutes. Okay. So around 13 minutes. We gotta send our workers somewhere else. I have to transfer these. I have to look at that better. Let's go back. GG. Yeah, that's how you this is how you deal with the Terran. Sometimes they have little strategies of their own, and you have to figure out how to counter their strategies. So in this particular game, well, for Pylon, went over to his side, Forge. Cannon Gateway. Now this looks like an all-in, right? But it also looks like a full-on battery shield void raid play. And so, you know, because it looks very like, especially the more it becomes the meta. So like the more the Terran players face void raids or Protoss that go void raids. Now that I have like this opener, usually as my, you know, old common one, they look at this as like, oh shit, he's gonna go void raids right here in my front, battery shields or something, you know, or some kind of. And so I have two builds. I had one that I do this particular build, which I do void raids in the back, and then I have another one where I go Tempest at home and go into a big composition. The one I go at home is more of a macro build. The other one's more of a passive harass while you macro. They're both macro, but one of them looks like a very all-in, and the other one looks like it's gonna be the other one that looks like an all-in, but it's not. So that's kind of like the meta that's going on between a Terran player looking at this build and trying to figure out what exactly I'm gonna do. You know, which branch am I gonna do of this shenanigans? Cybernetics core is up. My Zealot transitioned over. And then I get the Oracle. So I get, you know, I'm getting the gateway over here at this space, and then I get the Oracle and the Oracle into Fleet Beacon. But I messed up because I changed my hotkeys. So instead of getting a robotics, I accidentally got the Fleet Beacon again. So I'm just doing a little bit of harass. I always get two oracles. In this particular build, the stalkers at home that I make from here are the ones that are going to deal with the liberators. And so that's what the stalkers are for. So stalkers are going to deal with the liberators, which we make here, which is why we don't have gateways yet, right? Our gateways are a little delayed because we're going Stargate play. And so we make gateways, but it's a little later. So you normally don't have enough time for the Liberator harass or the Banshee harass. But the Oracles are for the Banshee play, and the Stalkers are to push away the Banshees, you know, because you might get Banshee play or you might get something. So you gotta I use the oracles. So here I go, pushing off the liberators. Like, get out of here, damn liberators. And so then I go oracle, right? And I have the other oracle right here. This oracle's harassing, right? So you have a situation where, like, in your games, you gotta somewhere put in some type of harass. You gotta poke them. You gotta say, hey, I'm right here. I'm right here. Especially if you want to get away with a lot of stuff, or not a lot of stuff, but you want to keep him at bay. You keep him. So right here, you know, I come in and then I stasis ward this right here, right? I stasis ward here, and then other stasis wards, right? But look how I use my stasis wards. I use my oracles. I don't lose my oracles very easily. But that's because I utilize stasis wards. So here I knew that the SCV was going to build a command center, or something was going to happen here. So I expected an SCV come in and build a command center. That's what I expected. Instead we have a command center trying to float, and there's like a stasis. It's like, hey, but I don't see nothing. Oh wait, is that a stasis? And is he gonna scan? Well, he could scan, but is he? Does he want him for mules? So now he's got to delay. He's gonna delay his landing because the Terran just got stasis. All right, so I got the range, right? So now that I know where the tank hits with the stasis, I can angle somewhere a little safer, because if you stasis down and then you lose your one shot, will take out your stasis ward. So you got to be careful. Luckily these guys didn't shoot, or else that would have just. So now we got that. Can't land again. So we still can't land. It's a shame, right? So it's like, okay, now get out the way so I can land. So. And I was just trying to find spots. I was trying to see if I can see what's going on. This bunker right in the middle kind of like got me in a corner. And then I got this stasis. Now that I got this oracle, the second oracle that I say I get, now I do stasis wards. See how I'm doing 3 stasis wards here? I'm just defending the front in case whichever areas he's going. And then I come over here and I stasis ward this area, because they like to, Terran drop, Marine drop. And this should be a little bit further out, because you want them to like land and then run forward. So usually like right here is a good spot. I kind of messed up on this one right here. But this will be a good spot right here. They land right here, they drop, you come in from this side, he goes, oh shit, let me move up the front and go towards his workers. You go up the front, and then he gets tagged right here in the corner. And so then he can't go towards your workers. So that's a little strategy that I use, that you could use with stasis wards. A lot of people use oracles to try to just kill SCVs and all that, but another good way is to use it as your defensive methods. So here he comes. He's like, okay, I got my bases, I got my tanks. Oh, that one got stuck. And he's like, I'm ready to go. And he's like, okay, no third. Easy. I'll be able to get the natural. Let me go over there real quick. Siege up. Let me siege up real quick. And like, oh. He's like, wait, what? He didn't expect that one at the front. No. Not many people expect the front one, just the ones in the top. So here he goes right there. Then he didn't realize that there was stasis, and then got tagged. And so you got the stasis wards that help me out, right? And then I have the Tempest. The Tempest take care of the Liberator zone. So if you have the Tempest, take care of these bad boys if they try to get too crazy for the Stalkers, and then the Tempest take care of the tanks. Because this is a very common thing. You run into this quite often. You run it as Protoss player. You run this quite often. You run into where you have liberators and they zone in and just control this area, right? And then the tanks come in and start sieging, and you're like, oh shit, my stalkers aren't that good. They go in, they get hammered, but I have to go in, or else they're gonna come in with the Marines down this way, right? The Marines are gonna go. Oh, I don't want to save this. The Marines they want to go this way, right? And then the stalkers are like, oh no, I gotta go around. Tanks are right here just blasting anything that goes around this area, and you're like, shit, I gotta send my probes have to go back in. That's already a bad situation. And I was going immortals. My immortals don't do anything good right here because they get in a bad angle. I can't really use it as a surround. So it gets in a bad situation sometimes where Terran does this and Protoss has very little answers. And so that's why I kind of use stasis wards for my particular like support. And so then I hide this one. As you can see, my Tempests are right here above this stasis ward. I don't want them to see it. I want them to go and look at this as like come here, with the red cape, and then you just move it out. So that's kind of like what I'm doing right there. I'm just like, hey, I'm teasing you, and then I'm gonna run back over here, and then you should get caught. And now he's got stalkers at tanks in vulnerable situations. Go and blink over there. Now he's got Marines right here. So now what am I gonna do right here? I'm gonna go over here on this side because on the top side he's gonna feel a little more vulnerable to attack. Hey, Boom! How you doing? Is that the Boom? The one and only? How are you? They came in, they just started blasting. They just, FBI, open up. They got fucking frozen. Yeah, they got a little carried away. So that's where the stalker, I was right here and uses my stasis sword, right? He's like, oh, I'll attack you then if you get too close, because I'm getting close to him to make him, I'm baiting him. And then boom, got him. I was like, whittle you down. This one didn't work so well. I am gonna go back to this replay and see something for myself. I gotta see how this works. But okay, so he goes and finds this base. So now that this base is taken, we gotta go attack. He's out of position. Come in, stasis ward right here, right? And right here I did it. That way the army, if he comes over here while I contain this area, he's gonna have to come in and get frozen somewhere. The other thing is the Tempests right here are supposed to take care of this problem. When you have a planetary fortress and you're trying to get through, the Tempests come in and just start whittling down all of this stuff, and it's a pain in the butt. While the stalkers are coming in here just waiting for the army. So that's kind of what I do here at times. I kind of siege it with Tempest. And he got caught again. He must definitely not like stasis this game. Like, what the... See how the tanks are trying to siege you down? Yeah, the Tempest take care of that. See, take care of the tanks. Keeps your army safe. He comes after you. You storm him and stalker him. Blink up. And we called it a day. And then I was actually going to use the warp gate. I was going to use the prism, but I lost my prism because he made Tempest turrets. I don't know the turret prism relation. Does let me see. Does a Terran turret